Get ready to make the most irresistible ginger fried tofu. The golden exterior and savory flavors will definitely have you craving more. This ginger fried tofu is part 2 of a 3-part series. I am creating the most beautiful Thai noodle salad board to entertain some friends today. This tofu is going to be the amazing topping, and I just finished creating the most beautiful Thai peanut dressing. So make sure you check out that video, part 1 of this amazing salad board you are going to want to make tonight. Ingredients. As always, I reserve the right to change things on the fly. This is just where I'm starting, let's call it. For ingredients, I have extra firm tofu, cornstarch, I have 3 green onions, 1/4 cup of brown sugar. You could substitute this for honey. I'm choosing sugar to keep it vegan today, or you could always use maple syrup, 1/2 cup of soy sauce, 1/4 cup of vinegar. I'm gonna end up using about half of this red onion, I think. A really good knuckle of ginger. We want that ginger flavor to be the dominant flavor. 3 cloves of garlic, some gorgeous sesame oil to give some depth to the flavor of that tofu as it fries. I'm gonna put in 2 of these red chilies. Pray for me. I hope this is not too much. And I'm going to finish it with this everything bagel, because basically it's just sesame seeds and salt. And I think that will just finish it off beautifully. So the first step in making our beautiful ginger fried tofu is to get our tofu drained and to get some of the water squished out. You've seen me do this before on my pistachio crusted tofu video. Always remember to drain the package into your sink before you open it, or you will have a watery disaster in your kitchen. I'm just going to quickly slice this into thirds. Then I am going to go half, third, give them a spin, and I'm gonna go quarters this way, and that should give us some good sized chunks. I am going to take my towel. I am going to scatter my chunks all over my towel in a single layer. What we want to do here is squish out some of the water that the tofu was sitting in. I'm just gonna grab, again, my random assortment of cookbooks. That is going to weigh down and have some of the water squished out on it while we get on to making the sauce. So what we're gonna need is a beautiful saucepan. We're just gonna boil it down to begin with. We'll let some of the flavors unify in the saucepan, and then when the tofu is nice and crispy in the frying pan, we'll just add the sauce to the frying pan. We'll let that continue to reduce, and that is going to create the most dreamy sauce for this ginger fried tofu. So I've put in my vinegar, my soy sauce, my brown sugar. I'm just gonna use my planer to grate up my ginger before I toss it into my pot. If you're new here, my name's Heather, and this is Heather in Her Kitchen, where I make beautiful vegetarian and plant-based meals from scratch that are enjoyed by vegetarians like myself and meat eaters alike. We are just getting this entire knuckle of ginger because I want all the ginger flavor to be dominant in this ginger tofu. Next, we're gonna go in with our 3 cloves of garlic, and I'm just gonna do the exact same thing. We lost the whole garlic in the pan. Oh my goodness, the smell in here is unbelievable. I'm going to give this a stir. Pop this on the range on simmer while we go ahead and fry up the tofu. So I've got that sitting on the smallest burner on my gas range, set to medium low. We're gonna let our tofu rest for a couple more minutes, and we're going to cut up our red onion. I just want some layers of flavor and a little bit of color in the pan. Whole red onion, half red onion. We're gonna cut the whole red onion. We'll see what we use. TBD. Chop these into half moons. They don't need to be diced or anything like that. I actually want the stringy shape of the half moons. And we better get this done quick because she's a potent onion. Oh, that is a potent onion. Oh my goodness. I'm going to heat up some of my sesame oil in a big frying pan, and then I'm going to toss the onions in. Once we're starting to see a bit of a shimmer on the oil, we're going to go ahead and add our onions. Not quite ready. See how that guy did not bubble up? Let's give it a few more minutes. Once our oil is nice and hot, we're gonna go ahead and toss in our onions. I've turned that down to medium, and now it's time to finish preparing the tofu. I have a giant mixing bowl here, and to that I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of cornstarch and the tofu that we've pressed. Runaway tofu's everywhere! And we're just gonna give that a little toss with our hands to make sure that we're getting the cornstarch really well distributed. We want all of these pieces really nicely covered because The cornstarch is what gives us that really crispy outer coating. I might even give some of these guys a little squish with my hand, and that is going to give us some little crags and some little crevices for all that gorgeous sauce to fall into. I feel like I want a little more cornstarch, so I've probably added about another 1/4 cup. Let's go ahead and put it in the frying pan. Our onions have browned up so nicely. We're going to give this a nice toss, turn the heat back up to high, and let it get beautifully crispy. Our sauce has been bubbling away beautifully. It smells amazing. Now, we're gonna let the tofu do its thing, and I'm going to finely dice up these red chilies. Hopefully, we don't make it too spicy. I like a little spicy moment, so we're doing it. We are also going to take our green onions. I'm gonna cut these into nice long strips, just to finish dressing the tofu at the end. They're a nice little garnish. Let's check in on our tofu. You'll notice that I'm not disturbing it too much. I'm letting it just sit because I want the areas that are touching the frying pan to really get nice and crispy before I start to stir it up too much. I definitely do not want to rush that tofu, so I'm letting it fry away. And I'm just going to test our sauce and see if it needs any adjustments. Oh my goodness. That is so amazing, but I can tell I want it a little sweeter. Here in Calgary, we have this ginger beef that you get at Chinese restaurants all the time, and it is always kind of candy sweet, and I want to recreate some of that. So I'm going to add another 1/4 cup of brown sugar. Actually, I'm a little bit worried that a 1/4 cup is going to make it too sweet. I'm going to start with 1/8 or half a 1/4 cup, and we'll see where it goes from there. Yeah. That was the sweetness we're looking for. Okay, let's check in on some of these guys and see how they're browning up. We are getting, whoa, we're starting to get some beautiful color on these. So I'm gonna go ahead and give them a toss. I'm just gonna give that a few more minutes on high, and then we're gonna go ahead and add in our sauce, let that reduce a little bit, and see how it tastes. Okay, our tofu is exactly where we want it to be. I'm gonna go in with the sauce. First, I'm going to turn this down a little. I love how the sauce has absolutely covered that tofu. I'm going to go ahead and take them off the heat and toss in a few of our chilies and put them right on to a plate and get them ready to go on our gorgeous salad. He is so saucy and beautiful. So saucy and beautiful. A quick garnish with a few more of our hot peppers and our gorgeous green onions. That is going to take the salad that I am serving to my guests tonight absolutely over the top. And I bet you the meat eaters in the crowd are gonna lap it up just as quickly as I will. I'm worried it's a little hot. I'm worried it might be full of regret, but I'm going in anyway because it smells so amazingly good. The sauce is so tangy. Barely get the sweetness. It's just tangy and bright and sharp and amazing. I don't know about you, but I am very ready to see the beautiful noodle salad that this amazing crispy fried tofu is going to be served with. So be sure you just subscribe because you do not want to miss part 3 of this gorgeous 3-part dinner, Asian noodle salad with crispy ginger tofu and the most beautiful Thai peanut dressing. I know exactly what I'm cooking next, and I so hope you're hanging out with me in my kitchen when I do it. I might not be able to stop eating this.